Hello, I'm Father Joe Gambala. Today is Tuesday of the 18th week of Ordinary Time. Our Gospel today is from the Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew. Jesus made the disciples get into a boat and preceded him out to the other side of the sea. And while he dismissed the crowds, after doing so, went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. Meanwhile, the boat, already a few miles offshore, was being tossed about on the waves, for the wind was against it. During the fourth watch of the night, he came toward them walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they said. So they cried out in fear. At once Jesus spoke to them. "Take courage, it is I, do not be afraid." Peter said to them in reply, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and began to walk on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw how strong the wind was, he became frightened and began to sink. He cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" After they got into the boat, the wind died down. Those who were in the boat did him homage, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." After making the crossing, they came to the land of Gennesaret. When the men of that place recognized him, they sent word to all the surrounding country. People brought to him those who were sick and begged him that they may touch only the tassel of his cloak, and many as touched were healed. The Gospel of the Lord. Fear can paralyze us. Fear can just make us freeze. Fear can keep us from acting. Fear is a weapon that the devil uses. And today's gospel reading is a lot about fear. Of course, the disciples are afraid because they look at Jesus and they think it's a ghost, so that gets them afraid. And then Peter's walking on the water and he suddenly realizes, hey, I'm walking on the water, and suddenly becomes afraid, so he begins to sink. But in the final part is what I want to concentrate on, when they went to Gennesaret. Gennesaret is the place when Jesus first went there. This is Jesus' second trip to Gennesaret. When the first time he went there, there was a man possessed by many demons, so fierce that the road he lived by, no one would want to go down it. And Jesus cast all those demons out and sent them to a herd of pigs that ran off a cliff. And when news of that got back to the townspeople, they all came out and they begged Jesus to leave because they were afraid. And that person who was now cleansed of the demons wanted to go with Jesus, but Jesus says, "No, stay here and remind the people what happened to you." Now this is Jesus' second trip. So that man has been there. The road is now clear. He is now clean of demons. And the people realized that maybe they shouldn't have feared the Lord at all. And they overcame that fear. Now they came to Jesus seeking the curing of their sick. We have to overcome our fear to grow closer to the Lord.